Welcome to our world. Won't you come on in? Waiting just for you. Welcome to our world.
Record. Are you recording?
I'm recording already.
Oh. Very good. Very good.
Go me.
Good job, you.
I'm to be commended.
Congratulated. So,
Okay, same thing.
I thought this would be a good time to do an episode of complaints.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
It's time.
Is this like grievances?
To air our grievances
yes,
again.
Yes. These are my
Okay.
favorite episodes.
Do you have
I'm
anything?
so good at this.
Do you have anything off the rip that you want to talk about?
Jeez.
Or should I begin?
You begin. I have things, but they're just going to seem like whiny.
I have so many. Okay. Let's start with the main issue, which is that I, as a problem solver, am annoyed by people who can't solve simple problems. No, don't nod, because you are included in that group of people
Everyone
who
here
can't.
is my
This
nodding
is
right now.
the
Wait,
airing of
what?
grievances.
I can't solve simple problems.
You, which is not to say that you're dumb. Let's clarify, that is not what I said at all. But this will be like, of course I can't think of a good example right now.
Well, you got to give me an example.
It'll be the stupidest thing that you're dealing with.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, why don't you just do this?
Uh-huh.
Like, oh.
Are you talking about when I get overwhelmed?
Yes.
Like I have, I don't know, a million things.
You never have a million things.
Okay, like 3.
I know.
I have 3 things to do.
Exactly.
And I can't like order them correctly.
Yes.
I don't know what to do.
Oh yeah,
first.
that's a good example. When you don't know what you should do first and you're like, I need a list. And then I, as a problem solver, say,
right.
Make a list.
But where do I put that on my list of things to do?
This is exactly my point.
Here's the problem, because I'll do that and then I'll have an unlimited number of lists. Because I'll say, oh, I have to make a list to my list. But then that list has that extra item of make a list. And then I have to make a list with that list.
You're exhausting.
I'm just saying, like, that's very... I like doing things off the cuff. I like doing... Like, if I have 5 things to do, I like just... And this is normally what I do. I take the simplest, quickest thing and try to do that. Even if there's, I don't know, there's someone lying on the train tracks and the train's coming, but I didn't have to make myself coffee first.
Okay.
I'd rather make myself the coffee because it's a quick or easy thing to do and worry about the person on the train tracks.
Not what you should do. That's called prioritizing, and you don't know how to do that either. But they say that you should not do in that scenario necessarily. They say that you should, if something will take you less than 5 minutes or less than 60 seconds or something. I think maybe it's less than 5 minutes, or maybe it's 10 minutes. Let's say 5 minutes. If it will take you less than 5 minutes, just do it. Don't write it on the list. Just do it, and it's done. And now you don't have it on the list, and it's done, and you're over.
What if it's 6 minutes?
Don't do it. Put it on the list.
Oh no.
What
if it takes a long explanation and it'll take me more than 6 minutes to write it on my list?
It still has to go on the list. See, that's just poor. That's poor organizational skills. Nothing should take you 6 minutes to put on a list.
I think I'm going to sneeze.
This is the issue. That annoys me too. While we're airing our grievances, I refuse to bless you. And you've lost.
Now you made me laugh, and my sneeze is gone.
Okay, that's good. No, this is a good time to transition to my second complaint, which is, why does it...
Okay.
Why does it bother you when I harmonize with music?
Okay, I think...
It does. I want the whole audience to know. I'm not a professional singer. I have a decent voice. I've been in plays and musical, whatever. Anyway, I have a decent voice. I know how to harmonize.
Hold on, I got an email.
When I harmonize, I do it well. And no matter how well I do it, I look over at him
No,
and he's
hold on,
shaking his
hold
head.
on.
Like, look
It
at this
depends
fool
if
over
you-
here.
That's not true. No, sometimes, and if it's the right song, yes, I will agree with you. You do it well. Other times, I can tell you're doing it to annoy me for
Well,
no
yeah,
other
now
reason.
I am because I
No
know that
other-
it like it's funny that it annoys you.
I don't like when you do the. I don't like when you do the share thing. Probably because I really don't like share that much.
Oh no,
Dylan does share really well, though.
I know.
We should have Dylan as our special guest on one of these episodes.
I would love to have Dylan on the podcast.
Yeah.
He has a lot of really good viewpoints.
Yep. Our listenership would go up. Is that a word?
Exponentially.
Listenership?
Yeah, sure.
Listener count?
Readership is a word. Viewership is a word. Why
Yep.
not listenership? No,
Yep.
it sounds stupid.
It
Never
does.
mind. I don't like.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, sometimes you sound good.
But
and
I
like it.
only sound bad now to annoy you.
You have
This
to.
isn't
you
how it
can't,
started.
Here's the thing: you can't do this and not do an example.
I'm not doing an example. That'd
And
be
you
so
need music to
embarrassing.
harmonize too.
I won't be doing that.
Harmonize.
I won't be doing that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
How about I'll sing
the
and you harmonize
beginning,
to it?
I sounded good the whole time, and you still shook your head. And I
don't
was like,
remember.
this is dumb. I sound
you don't
great.
remember.
This is such a
I
hit
don't-
to my ego right now.
I was probably waiting for you to take out the trash or something. There was probably something else you were supposed to be doing at the time.
I don't think so.
I'm going to check to see if the lawnmower's going.
No, stop. We're literally in the middle of an episode.
We need to have
This
a
isn't-
robot lawnmower
This is what
episode.
I'm talking about. Prioritizing.
Right.
You don't know how to do that.
I thought you were going to say attention span.
That's a whole other episode.
Well, that goes back to why I have a
Because,
problem. Why I get all flustered when I have more than just one thing to do.
Do you think you should be on medication?
My attention. I am on medication. That's the thing.
I mean, for your
for my
undiagnosed mental disorder.
PTS, not PTSD.
ADHD.
I think I might have PTSD too. ADHD.
I have PTSD from this conversation.
Okay.
Or I will.
Well, you can't have it during the event.
That's why I just said I will.
You just have TSD right now.
I just have SD. I'm just stressed right now. This is just
It's
stress disorder. It's fine.
I think it's traumatic stress disorder.
It's not traumatic yet.
In a few minutes,
it'll
it will be
traumatic.
Okay.
Yeah, in the future.
It'll be
when I'm
traumatic,
looking
and then it'll
back.
become post-traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
If it's post-traumatic, then why is it even bad? It's post.
Why'd you raise your hand like that?
I don't know.
Post.
And I'm blessing you.
Well, I didn't bless you.
Okay.
All right. This is more one for you than for me. Have you thought of a complaint yet? You're not in a complaining mood. This is a bad time to do an episode on this.
It is. Because that's the thing. When I have a complaint, it has to come right then.
Okay. Well, this is one that I know you don't
I got
like.
one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. This drives me nuts. How you can't joke about anything anymore. Everybody is so
Political
uptight.
correctness.
Well, let me say this. You cannot joke about certain things, certain groups of people, because everyone wants to classify themselves into a group. Okay, so pick whatever it is. It could be a racial thing. It could be a physical thing. Hold on. No, I'm not getting into. I'm not getting into detail.
You talked about all of this during the bell curve episode.
I'm not getting into all. No, but that's different. My point is just you can't joke about it. It could be like, okay, in the past, you could say things that were funny about specific groups based on, like I said, it could be physical, it could be racial, it could be whatever. And I don't mean racist. I mean just joking about. I can't even say specific groups because people take it the wrong way. But it bugs me that you can't do that anymore because nobody has a sense of humor anymore. Like the best song. Okay, I think everyone probably listening to this can pretty much agree that the best song ever written was Amish Paradise by Weird Al Yankovic. Okay.
I'm sure
I don't know if he could still make that.
Anyone would disagree with that.
I don't know if he could still make that song today, but he probably could because the Amish are in a group that you're allowed to make fun of.
Well, also they can't defend themselves because they don't go on the internet. So.
They'll never hear it. That's the key. That's the key. They'll never know.
Here's what bothers me.
Okay.
Going back to the a point that you said like 30 seconds ago, which is about people taking things the wrong way. I don't even dislike. I hate when you say that.
Okay.
Because I feel like when you say that, you are absolving yourself of any responsibility for what you've said. You're like,
That's not the
it's
point.
out in the world, and regardless of what I said or how I meant it, it's you. You took it the wrong way.
Here's the thing.
You say that all the time.
I know I am one of the nicest people ever to walk the face of the earth.
I beg to differ.
Okay. No, I know I am. I'm such a good person.
In my 30 years of experience with you, I beg to differ.
I'm such a good person. Okay.
So modest too.
I didn't say I was modest. I said I was a good person. I just know I am. I'm a good person. I'm
Who actually thinks they're a bad person?
I don't know, but a lot of people should, because I'm better than most of them. Okay. But my point is, right? If I say something, I never say something thinking I want to offend you. I want to hurt your feelings. Okay? Or hurt anyone's feelings. If something's funny, it's funny.
It's not objective. Humor is completely subjective. So what you think is funny may not be funny to someone else. And for you to say, this is funny, and you're just uptight is...
I'm not saying they're uptight. I'm saying they're wrong.
Okay. Yep. We're just going to move past this because I'm getting frustrated now. And I'm starting to do the New York Times mini to distract myself, which is not good. So anyway, this is the next complaint is one that you will be all over, which is when people mispronounce words, like very common.
Okay. Yes. I like this one.
Like nuclear.
Nuclear. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nuclear. It drives me nuts. And here's the thing. I want to think that it's not about intelligence. And I think for the most part, I think in a lot of ways it is. Okay. But I don't get me wrong. There are people like, you may say a specific phrase or pronounce a specific word the wrong way, and you may still be very smart. Mm-hmm. But it should take literally one time for someone to point out that you're saying it incorrectly to fix it.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Like I said, like to me, nuclear, okay, that drives me nuts when people say it like that. Okay. Look at the way the word is spelled. Let's go back to first, second grade, whatever. Look at the way the word is spelled and sounded out. There is no way that CL sounds like Q, okay? Like NUCL. It's like clear at the end of the word, and NU. So it's not nuclear, though. So maybe that's a bad example. It's nuclear, right? Nuclear. Mm-hmm. I remember... I don't know. I'm not going to go into everyone that says that wrong, but there are a lot of people that say that wrong. Okay.
Like people in the media or like public figures. You mean?
Yes.
Not just like our
presidents.
Neighbors. Yeah.
Like presidents. Yeah. I don't. I'm trying to remember because I'm sure I have to go back and listen. I know George W. Bush said it wrong.
He said nuclear.
He said nuclear. Okay. And I can't remember if Biden, Trump, I don't remember between them who says it right and who says it wrong. I think Obama says it right. Okay. Anyway, that's just that's literally one word, right? But there are other things like, what's the phrase? Oh, give me another example, because you're probably thinking of it.
Another example of a word?
Could be a word or a phrase that people always say wrong.
Oh, well, there are a ton of phrases that people say wrong.
Yeah.
What?
Humble. What's the...
My humble abode.
No. When someone says, humbling.
Humbling.
When someone just won the greatest award ever, and they say, this is so humbling. Okay. It's the opposite of humbling, you stupid moron. Okay? Like humbling. Now let's break it down. Okay? Humbling, the word humble means, humble. Like it means, you feel very like. Okay. If something's humbling, it doesn't make you feel great like you're the greatest basketball player of all time. If you just won the NBA title or you just won the MVP for the league, that's not humbling. Okay?
No, and
you stupid moron.
So
okay?
the Oxford English Dictionary, humbling, too humble, is to lower someone in dignity or importance, or to decisively defeat.
Okay, right. Now, I'm sorry, was there more?
No.
Okay, because here's the problem. I can guarantee you on some online source now, dictionary source, it will have an alternate definition because people have used the word incorrectly for so long now that the meaning of the word is going to somehow be changed and it doesn't make any sense.
Here, so this is an example. This is still just on Google, on the search page. 13 humbling experiences, everyone, blah, blah, blah. So examples of humbling experiences. Working for less than your worth. Getting rejected by someone you are probably more of a catch than. Seeing your ex better off without you. Losing friends you thought would be there for a lifetime. So this is literally the exact opposite. Yeah. The actual meaning of the word is the exact opposite of what people in those situations say. Yep. I was going to say what they could say is like, I am humbled by this, but no, they shouldn't be using that word at all.
No, humbled would be we just lost.
What you are.
Yeah, humbled would be, and I think of, because sports figures use this word incorrectly all the time, and I specifically remember LeBron James, maybe it was after they won the NBA title or after it was something, that was really good, and they described it as humbling. And it's like, I'm sorry, what should be humbling to you is that you don't understand how to use the word humbling. That should be humbling.
This is the last one from Cambridge. How to use causing someone to understand that they are not as important or special as they thought.
Yes.
It's literally the exact opposite.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So that we could have made a whole episode just about that,
All right. Well, we all understand.
There's one other one, and I'm trying to remember because it's a key one, and people need to know.
It might be this, actually. The last one that we'll talk about in this episode is when people say, I could care less.
That's it.
If you could care less, then care less. Don't tell me. Just care less.
Yeah.
The whole point is you could not care less. You care so little that it is not possible for you to care any less. So the correct use is could not. You could not care less.
Or you can abbreviate and say I couldn't care less.
Yeah, but it's not. If you say I could care less, you didn't even have to tell me that. Just care less.
Right. And the thing is, to me, this is an example of something where it doesn't mean the person is an idiot. Okay.
No.
This is something that it's one of those phrases people say without even thinking about it. Okay. And it wasn't, I can't remember. And you might have told me. I don't remember how many years ago you might have told me this. I'm like, yeah, that you're right. That makes no sense. I mean, you know what it reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of when you were a little kid and you heard a song and you didn't hear the lyrics and you would somehow in your head, you had lyrics that were wrong and they made no sense, but you just sang them that way. Right.
Oh, I did that all the time.
And then most people hit a certain age where they realize this doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe I give too many people too much credit. Maybe most people didn't, but a lot of people, hopefully half the population at least, does that. Sometimes you wonder if people still at the age of whatever, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, still have nothing really going on up there and just are like regurgitating and,
Lemmings.
Lemmings, yeah, that's it. Or oranges, one or the other.
I'm leaving. I have to go drink my tea. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye.
Send us your complaints, please.
Yeah,
we would love to
listener questions
to read some of your complaints.
That'd be awesome.
Bye. Because
testing 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 Check 1, 2, 3.
We literally have this conversation every single time in which you say that your mic is not loud enough.
Both of us don't look loud enough. Right?
Well, maybe we're not, but that's the point of a test.
All right, stop it.
You need to put, if you're worried about it not being close enough, then put something underneath. That's what you did last time.
Before.
Oh, God. Here, put the box. Remember, didn't you put that under it at one point? But I also think that you should say something instead of leaning in and going, check 1, 2, 3. Just say something like you would normally speak. You just turned it off.
Okay.
No,
that's the only thing I don't like.
Don't
I wish
clear your...
I have to... This is a test. I can clear... I can clear my throat first.
I hate it here.
Hold on.
Don't sip the coffee. No.
It helps clear my throat.
Slurp.
I have to
Don't turn them.